In the dating scene, it's very hard to find the sweet spot. Namely, if you show off mansions, sports cars, and a good lifestyle in general, chicks will rain on you probably just because you can help them enjoy that same lifestyle. Then, if they find a higher value guy, you're immediately replaced. However, if you just show a modest side of yourself, even if you're wealthy, you will hardly get any women.
Single for many years, Ivan Jr. Thanks for the $100, bro.
Thank you,
Single
man.
for many years, 6-bed house, 5 cars, 4 businesses, retired
Let's go.
model, mid-30s, not very picky. Spent thousands on dinners. I get judged so fast, I don't have a chance. Once they see what I have, they want my luxury car, and they're not focused on natural connection. Brian Chase, bingo. Yo,
Hey, we should get him on the show. Ivan,
yeah,
shoot me a
Ivan,
DM.
you should absolutely come on the show, bro. I just want to say, dude, for the guys out there who have money, like one of the most interesting experiments that guys in your position could do is like buy like an old beat up pickup truck. Post your images on your Instagram and social media, not with your luxury cars, not with your nice house, but with your old beat up pickup truck, right? Because chicks are gonna vet you. This is my thought on this. Chicks are gonna vet you. They're gonna if they see that you have money, you know that's going to confound the women that are interested in you. You're not going to know if they're interested in you for your money or your personality. But if you're flexing your shitty old pickup truck and none of your wealth, you know, then you'll know who the real ones are. You know what I'm saying? That's my thought on that.
Word based. Really quick, Eric, can you pull up Twitch?
Your problem is you're spending time writing out all your personality traits and best qualities on a podcast like this. Any man who's doing that is not going to find a high value woman. I'm telling you right now, it's weird. It's quite weird.
What, are you talking shit on the super chatters?
I am.
Quico?
Yes, to list every single one of your best qualities on a podcast.
He's just saying it makes it hard to find women.
Be
who
nice
want
to him,
for who he
Crico.
actually
I know, but the
is.
way how long the list went on, if like in my example, like if he would have been like, I'm a pretty well-off man and I struggle finding someone because that's all they look at. But somebody who feels the need to list every single one, 6-bedroom household, 5 cars, this and that, you're overcompensating for something. That's he's trying. What it seems like to me is that's what he's shoving in everybody's face. So of course, if that's what you're shoving in everybody's face, that's the woman you're gonna attract. Is the woman who only wants to use you for your materialistic items. If that's all you need, that's all you can talk about.
And you may have a point because if you look at his profile picture right there, it is
Douchey.
him.
He's a retired model.
It is him
Retired at 30?
seducing based on the flesh, right?
What went wrong?
And so perhaps he is taking that approach in life.
5 cars, 4 businesses, retired model.
Yes,
And not only
you may
that,
have a
but,
point.
like-
However, he is touching on an important aspect, which is that wealthy men. It is. I know a number of wealthy men. It's hard for them to find women who actually want them for who they are.
Then don't lead with
Rough.
your wealth.
I agree.
Party foul. Go ahead.
I was gonna say not only that, but like 9 times out of 10, like if I see a guy trying to flex some shit in front of me, I'm automatically gonna assume, okay, you're broke, because a guy with money isn't gonna be out here flexing what it is they have because they know they got it like that. Why do they feel the need to flex it?
If anything, they know it's smarter to not flex it.
Exactly.
It's one thing when you have money. It's another
good
when you
to
make
Like
it
honestly,
your
Brian,
personality.
I know you got money, but you're not out here flexing every single dollar you have every second. You're here wearing a normal flannel and a black T-shirt.
got-
So
you got
honestly,
money,
I would
Brian.
rather be
Apparently you got money.
I would rather that than somebody who feels the need to be like, no, I have this, I have that, I make this much, I own this many estates, I
Yeah,
have this
it's
many
so
cars.
unattractive.
Because
I
then
agree with
you, like-
Pico. He's compensating for
You're-
something.
yeah.
He's like, look at all
Making
this
that
money that I have.
standard
But
for
I think
yourself.
also,
What about
can
his
you pull the
personality?
chat up again, Brian?
What?
I think
What
also
chat?
he is.
Sorry, what were you gonna say really quick?
Just like flexing your cars and your money and all of this and making
We'll pull it up,
wealth
Sam.
your personality. You're kind of setting that standard for a woman to like.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, like-
any wealthy guy who's got all the things he's got needs to avoid showing any of it off for as long
Absolutely.
as humanly possible.
100%.
Like you're spending thousands on dinners. There's no reason why you need to be spending $1,000 on a first date or dinners like that. That's the woman you're attracting. You're attracting a
Yeah.
sugar baby.
Bro,
Okay,
Ivan,
Ivan.
that's your problem right there. Spent thousands on dinner. I don't know if you're spending a shit ton of
Don't-
money
don't-
on
don't.
the dinners that you're taking them on. Bro, I'll tell you this.
No
Ivan,
dinner. No dinner.
Ivan, I'll tell you this. I was in Paris I studied photography when I was in college. I went with my school to Paris for Fashion Week back in like 2015. I met this gorgeous model after one of the fashion shows, and I asked her if she wanted to go on a date. She said that she had to go to Portofino the next day. I said, well, next time you're out in California, let's get together. So she came out to California like 6 months later, right? And the thing about these model girls, you know how it is, man. They get attention from so many dudes. They've got all the football players sliding into their DMs. I took her out on a date to Chipotle to see what her response would be. And I'd never do this with chicks, but on that date, I made her pay for her own Chipotle just to see how she would react. She rolled with it.
Top G.
She rolled with it, and she was so cool about it, and it was a fantastic date. And I was like, yo, this is a solid woman. That's the kind of move you got to play with these chicks, bro. You can't be dropping hundreds on dinners, taking them out to the nicest steak dinners.
Women always want men who rank higher in status and wealth, but some chicks still think that a man using his position to attract women deserves to be used for his resources. Well, when women use their bodies to attract men, and all they get is one-night stands or friends with benefits relationships, it's outrageous. Chase's anecdote is quite interesting because it shows how important it is to test women. When they get everything served on a silver platter just for being pretty, a man must make her earn his attention and respect. Let's take a look at the comments. When I go on first dates, it's always fast food. How she reacts to it is a major tell at who is going to spend money like an idiot. Also, tells you how she treats people who are considered by society to be low class. Kiko said, "Don't lead with superficial traits," while she pressed out her tank top and called herself a 10. He's not flexing, he's just describing his situation factually for the podcast. Kiko is so triggered that she has to bash the guy. Very suspicious reaction. It's like she felt attacked. Maybe she identifies with the gold digging and felt the need to virtue signal that she's actually not a gold digger. Jabba the Hutt is delusional. Kiko is literally living on another dimension. The fact that she's a teacher is really concerning. Super chat guy, I get judged so fast. Kiko immediately judges him. It's fun to hear these chicks say that their pics on social media are for themselves. They come up with excuses like, I'm a diamond that needs to be in the spotlight, and tons of politically correct arguments. None of that. What they want is attention, in particular, attention from men.
Why don't you just take the picture on your camera roll and keep it there?
No, because you feel when you take a picture and you look at it, you feel wow, like this would be good for my Instagram or I would post.
So you put it on your Instagram. Yeah. So what would be the difference? Because remember, the picture's to make you feel good.
Yeah.
So what would make you feel good on Instagram?
The likes, the comments.
Okay, the attention.
Yeah.
The attention.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're back.
Yeah.
Right.
Full circle. And what I'm not doing, I'm not trying to advocate for cheating. I don't think it's okay. I just think we have to understand where the guys are coming from.
You can have
we expect monogamy and we judge them for cheating, but yet we're not virgins. Yet we have open Instagram accounts. Yet we come in with a child. It's like, and then we're gonna say, be faithful to me, and they're like, what?
Open Instagram accounts, lots of bodies, no modesty, etc. These and many other factors explain why men are not taking women seriously and seeing them as objects rather than human beings. On top of that, modern women dare to expect a faithful partner while not being or doing anything a man really wants. If you hang out with a chick who wants to keep her IG page public and ask her to make it private, she'll probably call you insecure, controlling, and whatever. Still, she wants you not to cheat and be her provider. According to today's society, a man is expected to put up with whatever the woman does, but men are not accepting this idea anymore. Men are increasingly uncomfortable with women acting like 304s, even though they've got boyfriends or even husbands. Men understand that their woman's beauty should be reserved just to them, and not the average Joes and Sims floating around Instagram. Sadly, these women still post provocative bikini pics for themselves and expect men to be modest and monogamous. Let's take a look at the comments. I've never understood how married women wear bikinis in public, post pics of their peach on IG, and don't see it as fishing for male attention. It's 100% cheating. You know what? Some religious men claim that when a woman's pics are online, she belongs to every man out there. Religious or not, this makes perfect sense, and no wonder why some men want their women to stay modest. I put bikini pics on Instagram for myself. Why not leave it on your phone if it's for yourself? And they got no comment. Half-naked pics are normalized, so these women think that posting this is okay. The search for male validation is so strong that they're not comfortable with keeping these provocative pics on their phones. They'd rather show their bodies on the internet to random dudes. Faithfulness is the bare minimum in any relationship, period.
Sure thing. That's why a man who stays modest and doesn't bang women left and right when he's in a committed relationship can ask for a modest woman who doesn't post certain pics online. It all boils down to a fair exchange of value. Question: do modern women know how to please a man outside the bedroom? Not in a million years. Instead of being loving, caring, and nurturing, they choose to be aggressive and bossy. Men are simple, but most women complicate the entire process. Here's an exception, though.
Do you think men like strong, independent women? Start right here.
I think men like to be men, and men need to be men in relationships. So an independent woman sometimes won't allow a man to be a man because she thinks she can handle her own.
That's a fact. All
So
right.
if a man wants to provide for his woman and she's trying to say no, that relationship is doomed to fail.
That's a fact.
because
Okay.
he doesn't want
Now,
to
you said
be-
you're bisexual, right?
Correct.
If you had to pick one gender for the rest of your life, what would it be, men or women?
I think it'd be men.
Hot. Okay. Can you tell me why?
I think it's easier to please a man, and to be submissive is, I don't want to say easy for some women, but I feel like more women should submit to their man if they want to be in a healthy relationship with them.
Wow.
And sometimes they don't want to.
Holy sh!
But if
She's
you
getting
do-
smarter and you're getting more attractive. Who knew?
I know most of you guys would choose a traditional 100% straight woman, but she's spot on. Some girls realize how complex women are after dating one. Courting women, setting dates, etc. is a pain in the neck. In other words, the man, or the masculine figure for that matter, has to do everything right just to get the chance. Men just don't want strong, independent women. Look, this doesn't mean that guys want to play Captain Save-A-Ho, but rather that they want a submissive, feminine woman over an obnoxious, argumentative chick that brings nothing but drama to the table. As she said, men like to be men, so if a woman comes into his frame trying to replace him, she'll be immediately sex-zoned and won't get commitment from him. It's way easier to please a man, and being submissive, it's one of the key requisites. Instead of arguing over a toilet seat up or any petty stuff for that matter, a woman should try to know what her man wants, and men won't lie about what they want. Let's take a look at the comments. When a woman who has experienced both sides of the fence chooses men because we're easier, that tells us something. Men are easier to please, yet modern women do nothing men want. Men are transparent, but once you clearly state you want a woman who listens, makes your life easier and whatnot, most chicks think you're kidding. I think men like to be men and men need to be men. Incredible. As my father says, common sense is not that common, and this girl's insight explains it perfectly. A man is supposed to lead, and a woman is supposed to follow. That's what has been working for humankind since the beginning of time. And how did you get educated on this? I learned by trying to date women. Remember the woman who dressed like a man to prove that a man's life is easy? Her name was Nora Vincent and wanted to be like a man for 2 years. She stopped after 18 months and even got so depressed that she ended her own life. Let that sink in.
So in a few seconds, you realize why a lot of women are single.
So when you look at yourself, what would you say you need to improve when you're dealing with the opposite gender?
Nothing. Shit, I don't think there's any flaws. I don't really have any
Nothing
flaws.
to improve.
What I need to improve?
Yes.
Probably his timing.
Wait, your timing or his timing?
His timing.
No, it's about you though.
Oh,
you
what do
need
I
to.
need to
Yeah, what do you need to improve?
I don't know.
You see how she jumped straight to you?
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about her narcissism level?
It's over 9,000! What, 9,000? There's no way that can be right!
Unbelievable. I feel so bad for this dude. Imagine having to communicate with her in a relationship. Just hell on earth. If there's a sin these women commit, that's arrogance. As a man, you have to go out there, improve yourself in every metric you can think of, and hopefully, all the efforts will land you a nice woman. But women are out here walking around like they're perfect. It's funny how they are a 10 and need nothing to improve, but can't walk out the house without a face full of paint. Let's take a look at some of the comments. Leave these type of women immediately. That might be the best piece of advice you can get. These women live in a delusional fantasy where they're perfect and deserve to be courted, but investing in them just to get some intimacy is no good deal. A girl doesn't have to improve anything to get the opposite gender. She can be used just for recreational use and never get commitment. And that's exactly what a woman like this gets from men. Instead of building loving relationships, men will see them as good partners in the sheets, and that's it. As a man, what's the point of having to hear her say that you're bad, not enough, and whatever? You'd just bang her and put them in the sex zone. These women are for the streets. Last but surely not least, the raw truth about these chicks. They're from the streets, and to the streets they shall return. Guys, thanks for checking out this video. Stay tuned for more daily content. Like, subscribe, and comment.